Welcome back to Winning Law. I'm attorney David Nguyen with offices in Houston, Texas. And today we're going to talk about the new USCIS Guidance for the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, otherwise known as Daca. So as you know, Daca is a program that was created by President Barack Obama that allowed foreign nationals that enter the U.S. before they turn 16 and obtain a U.S. High school education or obtain a GED. And if they have a criminal record, they're able to get work authorization. Now, this work authorization does not grant them the ability to have an immigration status. Instead, what it does is it allows them to have work authorization and relief from being in fear of being deported. So for the last couple of years, people that are on DACA, they're kind of in this limbo state where they can go to work, they can go to school, but they can't apply for any long-term immigration benefits or classification. So when DACA first came out, they had something called advanced parole. If you had DACA, you were able to, under limited circumstances, such as if there was a reason why you should travel abroad, they would allow you a travel document that allows you to travel abroad, and once you return to the US, it makes it easier for you to obtain a green card in the US. So let me give you a quick example of how this plays out. So when DACA first came out, there was a program called advanced parole that DACA individuals could apply for. When a DACA individual receives advanced parole, it gives them the ability to leave the country and then return legally. And if that person happened to be married to a U.S. citizen, they're able to adjust their status inside the U.S. without having to leave the U.S. and obtaining a visa abroad and then coming back to the U.S. to receive a green card. So that program was in place when DACA first came out under President Barack Obama. However, under the Trump administration, they ended the advanced parole issuance. So people that had DACA but never applied for advanced parole could no longer do it. However, today, immigration just announced a couple of minutes ago that because of the Supreme Court decision allowing DACA to continue, they're going to allow DACA individuals to, one, apply for renewals, which we already knew, but also they're going to allow them to apply for advanced parole. Now, if you're watching this video, you might be thinking, great, there are many reasons why I need to travel abroad, and once I come to the US, I'll be able to adjust my status if the situation changes and I'm eligible to do so. However, there are some strings attached. What the Trump administration is doing is that they're saying that just because you obtain advanced parole in the past, we're not going to use the same criteria. So in the past, when a DACA individual applied for advanced parole, the only thing they had to show was that there was a work need. Let's say, for example, you were working and your employer tells you that you have to travel abroad, or if there was an education need. Let's say you were planning on going to school temporarily abroad for a study abroad program, or if you were visiting like a sick relative. Now, under the Trump administration, it's not going to be so easy. The government has listed that there are only a few reasons why you should be able to obtain advanced parole. And I'm going to read these to you. So it's very important to note that the U.S. government has stated that cases will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. This means that, let's say, for example, you have a spouse that is sick and requires an operation abroad, and you want to leave the U.S. to be with your spouse. You have a friend and they applied using the same fact scenario. However, the government approves your friend's case but not yours. And you may be wondering, why is this the case? And this is the case because the government has came out and they said that they're going to look at cases on a case-by-case basis, meaning that just because someone with your similar set of facts applied and received DACA or advanced parole does not mean that your case will warrant advanced parole. So the U.S. government has come out and said that there are certain situations that warrant advanced parole for DACA recipients. These reasons include: 1. Travel to support the national security interests of the United States. 2. Travel to support U.S. federal law enforcement interests. 3. Travel to obtain life-sustaining medical treatment that is not otherwise available to the alien in the United States. Or 4. Travel needed to support the immediate safety, well-being, or care of an immediate relative, particularly minor children of the alien. So as you can see, the new Daca advanced parole rules are very different than what they were before. They're more stringent and they're harder to meet. This is why every case will need to be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. What I see happening, and this is why I'm creating this video, is that many people are going to try to apply for advanced parole that have Daca. The problem is that many of those reasons will probably be not valid reasons to obtain Daca, and then the case is going to get denied. Afterwards, that individual is going to seek help from an attorney. And by that time, it's going to be too late because the government already has the prior application. So the government is going to wonder whether or not the Daca individual is just lying to obtain advanced parole and doesn't even have a strong case to begin with. And that could lead to a lot of issues because they can accuse the Daca individual of mail fraud or immigration fraud because they're submitting documents that they know to be invalid. So if you're thinking of applying for advanced parole yourself, I wouldn't recommend it. I recommend going to an attorney to determine if your case is strong enough to warrant a favorable decision on your case, since every case is going to be decided on a case-by-case basis. Again, thank you for watching Winning Law. I'm attorney David Nguyen, and we hope that we have made immigration easier to understand.
At David Nguyen's Law Office, we are here to help you. We bring families together through immigration. And on the other hand, we help you find solutions. All your legal needs in the hands of people who care, who are there for you. We'll take care of your loved ones at the law office of David.